Hey everybody, it's Jamie from No Getting Off This Train, and in today's video I am showing you how to do some meal prep using Aldi ingredients, healthy food, and all in 1 hour. First of all, if you are new here, I just want to say welcome. No matter how you found me, I am so glad you're here and that you want to take a step to make healthy foods for you and your family. I really love doing these meal prep sessions, and somebody the other day had commented and said they would love to see like an all Aldi grocery haul or meal prep session, and Aldi is one of my favorite stores to go to because everything is so cheap. I can buy all sorts of healthy food and still stick to my budget. So when I saw that comment, I said, yes, I can do that. And I decided to go ahead and record my meal prep session for you all just to show you that yes, you can meal prep healthy food and you don't have to spend all day in the kitchen to do it. This particular meal prep session was not a whole lot of food. Some of my sessions are like so huge. I have so many vegetables to chop, but this particular time I had a lot of frozen vegetables, so I only had to chop a little bit and then make some breakfast for the week. And sometimes that's really all you need. Just make enough breakfast to last you the week, chop a couple of vegetables to save you time on dinner throughout the week, and you are all set to go. Now in today's session, I made pumpkin pancakes, I made French toast casserole, I also washed some strawberries and grapes, I chopped up some zucchini and broccoli, and I had put cream cheese chicken chili in the slow cooker for dinner that night. Our grocery budget is $100 a week for our family of 3. Yours obviously will vary. We like to buy a lot of fruits and vegetables because I believe that we should be eating at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. And of course that will vary for you just depending on your lifestyle and your situation. But let me take you through my Sunday and let me show you what I accomplished. My meal prep session actually started early Sunday morning. Right before I left for church, I started the cream cheese chicken chili. And really the hardest part about this whole recipe is opening up all the cans. I doubled the recipe, so I used the 2 cans of corn and pinto beans. I usually put black beans in this, but for some reason Aldi didn't have black beans. So I used pinto beans and then a large can of, well, it said crushed and diced tomatoes. It was mostly crushed. And oh my gosh, this chicken. I had frozen chicken in the freezer and they were all frozen together. So it took me like 10 minutes to get all the chicken separated. It was insane. But this chili recipe is so easy. You just dump all the ingredients into your slow cooker, all the cans, and then seasonings. I used 2 packets of ranch. You can use a packet of taco seasoning if you want to, but I just added some cumin and chili powder. You don't have to stir it all. I put the 2 blocks of cream cheese on top and just stir it when it's finished. It'll be okay. So I put the lid on and set it for 8 hours so it would be ready when I got back from church. When I came back and after lunch, I worked on all the other meal prep, starting with French toast casserole. This was kind of a recipe that I just kind of made up because I was using the leftover crust from Allison's Uncrustables. And I'll show you the video. I've got it linked down below of when I made this casserole for the first time. I kind of winged it. I used 6 eggs and I think a cup of milk and then just some vanilla extract and cinnamon just for the base of it. And to be honest with you, I thought I was pretty genius for actually saving all that crust. I just put it in a gallon-sized freezer bag and stuck it in the freezer. And I got the bag out that morning, and by the time I was ready to prep it, it was all thawed and ready to go. So as you can see, it's just like little pieces. Just like the crust. So I just broke them up into little chunks and put them in there as well. I also added blueberries. You don't have to add any fruit to it if you don't want to, but I had some frozen blueberries that were in the freezer, just waiting to be used up. You could probably use bananas. You could use strawberries or any other kind of berries. Maybe even some canned pumpkin. I had the oven preheated to 375, so I put the casserole in an 8x8 greased casserole dish, and I started it out at 30 minutes, but it needed a little bit more time. I think I ended up cooking it for 37 minutes altogether. But this casserole serves 6, and you can eat it by itself. You can also serve it with some scrambled eggs or like some sausage links. I'll make sure to put the nutrition info on this in the video as well. While that's in the oven, I got together pumpkin pancakes. It is fall and I am all about the pumpkin, so I've got this recipe linked in the description as well. This recipe makes like 10 to 12 pancakes, so it was perfect for me for at least a few days. But what I like about pancakes is that you can kind of customize it to whatever you need. My original recipe called for melted butter, and I didn't have any butter out of the freezer, so I just used olive oil instead. That seemed to work really well. I'm also using white whole wheat flour, but you could use all-purpose, whole wheat, or a mixture of both, but I like the white whole wheat just because it gives me some extra fiber. And pancakes don't require a whole lot of sugar in it either, because I put maple syrup on top when I eat it, and maple syrup is so sweet. I think I only use like maybe a tablespoon or less. But I'm doing my meal prep in a very specific order. As you saw, I put the casserole in the oven, and while it baked for the 37 minutes, I was able to get this pancake batter ready and start cooking the pancakes. Now, as you know, pancakes take about a minute or two to cook on each side. So once I got these on the griddle, I started working on the vegetables. It's all about working in those little time pockets, as you will soon see. So all I had to do was chop up some broccoli and zucchini. Thankfully, it was a light day. So in between chopping up these vegetables, I flipped the pancakes and was able to finish all of them in like record time. And it doesn't seem like much, but this little bit of meal prep makes such a huge difference. I mean, it takes maybe 5 or 10 minutes to chop a head of broccoli or to chop that zucchini, but when you're in the middle of dinner and things are crazy all around you, having those vegetables chopped, oh my gosh, it makes such a huge difference. This is why I do my meal prep every Sunday afternoon. Both the broccoli and zucchini are going to be roasted for different recipes. That broccoli was going in a Hawaiian chicken, just like a Hawaiian chicken bowl. So it would have the chicken and then farro, then the roasted broccoli in it. It makes for a great Buddha bowl, I guess you could call it. And the zucchini was just going as a typical side dish. And then you saw me in the background as well, placing the next batch of pancakes in there. So like I said, it's all about working in the time pockets and taking advantage of the time that you have. That's how I keep my meal prep sessions down to under 1 hour. All of the pancakes are finally done and they are looking so good, so soft, so fluffy, and huge. I usually eat 3 of these with a little bit of maple syrup and either some scrambled eggs or cottage cheese just for some extra protein. Sometimes I'll even top it with some sliced bananas. But now I am going to wash some fruit. Inside this bowl is a mixture of vinegar and water. It's like 1 part vinegar to 9 parts water. I let that soak for between 7 and 10 minutes. And with the grapes, I just pick them all off the vine and put them in a colander and rinse them off really good with water. And then those just go in a Rubbermaid container. So much easier to pre-wash these ahead of time, because when we used to just pull them off when we were ready to eat them, it took so long that we just didn't eat them and they went to waste. But here, that blueberry French toast casserole is done. It looked a little bit wet when I was poking it with a knife, but a lot of that was from the blueberry juices. It was actually done. It was done. So I'm just finishing up now. I put the grapes in the container. When the strawberries were finished soaking, I rinsed them off and put them on a towel to dry. And at this point, the chili was finished, so I pulled out the chicken to shred it real quick before adding it back in. It took me a minute because the chicken is just so soft, it started to fall apart. But I used my KitchenAid mixer to shred this chicken, and if you've never used your KitchenAid mixer to shred chicken, you totally need to, because 30 seconds and it's done. So there's the before, and 30 seconds later, there is the after. I mean, it's crazy. Just use the paddle attachment, and it's just awesome. But I added the chicken back in and gave it a really good stir. The cream cheese does tend to glob up a little bit if you don't stir it up all the way, so I had to really make sure it all got mixed together. There were still a few little clumps, but it was okay. So that was done for dinner. I just put the lid back on it and set it to keep warm, and it was a huge hit at small group that night. And here is the completed product. I made the blueberry French toast casserole, which was delicious, by the way. I washed the grapes and I washed the strawberries. I made those pumpkin pancakes. I chopped up the zucchini and the broccoli, and I put the cream cheese chicken chili in the slow cooker. All of that was done in 1 hour. I am so glad that you've been enjoying these meal prep sessions, because I seriously love recording them. I like everything about the process. I love the shopping, I love the prepping, I love the cooking, I love the recording, and most of all, I love teaching you and showing you how easy it is to prep healthy food for you and your family. If you have any other suggestions on what you guys would like to see, please leave a comment and let me know, because I'm looking for all of your suggestions. I will probably do a meal prep session like this either once a week or once every couple of weeks. Sometimes it'll be all Aldi, sometimes it'll be a mixture, and it's going to be a good balance of healthy food versus maybe not so nutritious, just because we're human beings and we like balance, right? So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you can be notified whenever I post more meal prep sessions like these, or more grocery hauls, more recipes, and more meal planning tips. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.